Hello, I'm here. I'm actually in the Botanic Gardens in Madrid. See, I've got to a certain where I love the creativity of gardens, so we're exploring the Botanic Gardens today and all that creativity. I'm quite excited about it because I'm creating a new garden in a grade 2 listed house that I'm almost finished in, and I'm actually just about to move into. So I thought, standing beside the most beautiful display of plants, that we might talk about gardens. I know, super exciting, but there you go. So gardens in rented houses. What is off-putting for you or for a tenant if you're going to move into a house? The first impression. And what gives the first impression? Paint, cleanliness and gardens. Now, I do a lot of shared houses, and theoretically, yep, in the contract it is the tenant's responsibility to manage the gardens. Do they? No. So we give them a real strong helping hand. Let's keep walking. Isn't it beautiful? Look. So we give them a really strong helping hand. I love gardening. I love the creativity and the relaxation of it. However, my tenants, who are mainly urbanites living in Bristol, are not necessarily all going to be fantastic gardeners, and if they are not, it gets into a mess really quickly. So sadly, what we do is we put down the membrane which stops anything going through. We prepare it so that nothing should be very flat in the first place, and then we put chips down. We don't put bark down because that attracts cats. We put stones down, and that means that for the tenants it should be a relatively easy and weed-free existence with very little gardening. Now, in some gardens there's mature plants, and I just cannot bring myself. We are in the middle of a city still. I just can't bring myself to take away the plants. I mean, some of them have come into my garden, so great, I've reused them, and then some of them we actually leave as bushes, and then once a year we have a team go round and they do all the gardens. My son tends to join that team. He is down in Bristol right now, and he starts his annual work programme in Mum's business. I'm never his manager because that wouldn't work, but our handyman is going to be his manager. He starts tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and they go through all the houses, all the gardens, and they absolutely tidy up those gardens so that they're really neat, tidy, weed killer, just perfect. Now, do we still ask our tenants to manage the gardens? Yes, we do. If we either do an inspection, and we do inspections quarterly, or if we go in and out the houses, say we have got viewings, and we find that the garden is a mess, we will immediately phone call, write, and email the tenants and tell them that they need to tidy up the garden, and tell them that there'll be a day that we'll be re-inspecting. So that's another reason why we don't necessarily want to give our tenants lots of lawns, because then you have to provide them with lawnmowers. Whereas if you've given them just a membrane and then stones, not bark, because obviously cats like bark, and it's just not very nice for your tenants, then it's very easy for your tenants to pill up the weeds or put weed killer down. And you don't need to necessarily, well, I don't think you need to give them weed killer. It's just part of them being tenants. And it's like buying, washing up liquid, isn't it? So we will still expect our tenants to do a level of gardening, but we keep the garden super easy. It breaks my heart. I dig out any plants that need to be dug out, and I put them into my garden first because I don't want them to go. And then we just have very easy to manage, low managing properties, so that gardens, so that the tenants actually have a fighting chance of keeping them very nice and clean and tidy. And also for the tenants, it's just no hassle for them, so they can go out, they can have a barbecue. It's lovely and easy. There you go. I'm going to go and enjoy the gardens now.